Okay, go ahead.
2021. A year of joy and sadness, regrets and gladness, friendships that came, friendships that went. Though trials always come, happiness finds its way through the darkness. There is a work that God is doing, a work that will allow for His kingdom to come. Transitioning into a new year with new excitements and new lessons to learn. And with this year ahead of us, may we trust God to lead the way and be confident that what He has in store for His people is more than we can imagine.
All right. Benji, and starting down the line from there, you guys want to comment on this?
Well, it's very short and sweet. And I like how you incorporated God into your poem and what He was doing in your life and some things that you went through, maybe. But
Do you have any criticisms of how she worded things or the ideas she put into it? Or the way she expressed those ideas, maybe?
one thing that I was a little bit maybe iffy about was happiness finds its way through darkness, and maybe it does, but like I'd think of a different maybe word to
Yeah.
describe
I think a
happiness.
better word, yeah. What would you recommend then, do you think?
I can't. I don't know, just yeah. But other than that, I really like your poem, and I think that you're getting better and better each time.
Thanks.
Elijah?
Right, exactly, yeah. You did what you needed to do. Yeah. Exactly.
You kind of, with like sadness and gladness, you rhymed, and then like you didn't rhyme pretty much the rest of the poem. I feel like it's a little messy. It probably could have been a lot more poeticized than it is, but that's kind of what you've done with most of your essays. In that poems that you just need to.
I'm not good at making things poetic.
I know, but
I don't
like
really know how.
you need to learn how to do it, and like this is learning how to do it, and like it's pretty much every time, though. But some of them you're more, and then some less. But you really should work on like poeticizing your poems a little more. Because like pretty much every time you write a poem, it's usually what I say about yours is that they're good thoughts, and that they have a lot of potential, but there's just so much more you need to do to it before it works. And that's kind of what I say in most of your poems. So I would just really actually take into consideration like poeticizing more. And
I think especially in modern poetry, like many things are still very poetic, but other things, or some poetry is really straightforward, and so some poetry does not have a lot of figurative language. Like, in fact, this is kind of a funny example. You guys know who Hannah Corey is? All of you guys,
No,
obviously.
I don't know.
She has a poetry. I don't know if Naomi knows, but she has like a poetry thing on Instagram that she's like, because she did poetry and she still does a lot of poetry. And a lot of her poetry is actually pretty much just someone talking almost. It's like, it's not very, it doesn't have that sort of profundity or like somewhat like a mysteriousness that some poetry has in using figurative language where you don't know exactly what the poet means. Like for instance, someone like Emily Dickinson, where she just says some of her phrases sound interesting, but like from first glance they don't really make any sense. But that's the intriguing thing about her poetry. I think that's what many of us have tried to. That's a standard that many of us have applied to our poetry, especially during this time, and fairly harshly against Esther's poetry. But that is not the only way to write poetry. I think writing in a simple way, it almost seems as if you're just talking, expressing thoughts very succinctly like Esther is doing, that is actually still a form of poetry. But everyone has their own taste, and thoughts also, regardless of which mode of poetry you're writing in, thoughts always are of the greatest importance. And so, again, your thoughts are, I think, good here, but at the same time, they do seem a little bit, I guess, a little bit rushed. Like when I assigned you guys this poem, I wanted you guys to do a reflection of the year that we moved into, as you sort of did here, but also we're writing a poem about the new year, and 2021 is not the new year. I wanted to write about going into 2022 as well. I've tried, and I know I didn't give you guys like a prompt to refer to. I just had to repeat myself whenever you guys asked. So I could have done better there, but still, I wanted to be like a reflection of the past and a looking forward to the future, both in one poem. So besides that, I think the poem is fine. But yeah, Naomi, you want to comment on it, criticize it? Well, I would like you to comment on it, and also be having the poem on your phone. Good.
It's very easy to understand, it's simple, and there could be some work, like you guys were talking about. It needs to be a little bit more poetic. I don't know, I don't know how much else to say.
Alright then, I guess we'll move on to your poem.
Do you have it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't have it.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, wait. I get. Yeah, I don't think you sent it.
You know, Sam.
Wait, I just got an email.
Hmm?
Oh, so I spelled.
I didn't really, I feel like
Wait, how is this 150 words?
it's not 100.
No, it's not.
words.
It was 100.
I'm not able to make it to that.
Well, I had said about 150 because I wanted to be a little bit longer, but I don't think any of you guys actually got that.
I
Wait,
did.
what about?
I did. Look at my
Hmm?
poem.
Wait.
I did.
Wait.
My poem was actually exactly 150 words long.
Alright.
Yeah, you're insane.
Okay, Naomi, go ahead and read it.
New year begins. New ways come, and old ways die. A time and eternity to say goodbye. With greetings and new beginnings, the acknowledgement of a new heart, to finding the right avenue and hitting the precise mark. Slow your pace, take in the rebirth, for a being is born into a new mind and a new purpose on earth.
Alright, Esther, you go ahead.
Old ways die. Kill it.
Oh my gosh.
It's just so perfect.
I don't really have that much to say.
Oh my goodness. I'm just
Like how you rhymed in some of it, and the format is nice. I think it's a pretty good poem.
Alright. Is there anything that you would criticize about how she did things?
Taking the rebirth, I'm kind of confused.
Huh?
A rebirth what do you mean by take in the rebirth? Remind me of that, please. Okay, we have.
Esther's questioning you on your wording of. What are you saying? Why don't you tell all of us?
I was,
Yeah, we're in a school class
'Cause
here.
you are being recorded too. So whoever decides to listen to this will wonder what on earth is going on.
wake up call.
So I, if anyone's wondering.
That was-
Okay.
Guys, let's not. Wait.
Go ahead.
Esther's questioning you on your third to last line here, and when you say take in rebirth, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, Naomi, what does that mean?
So like, I feel like with a new year kind of. Oh my gosh.
Stop it. It has to happen.
Coming into like something new, like you're being born into something else.
Okay.
So it's like taking in that
Rebirth.
rebirth of the new year, like almost like taking in a new mindset, being
Yeah, then you would say mindset, not rebirth.
take in.
Like
the
rebirth doesn't really work
rebirth.
though.
I knew I had something.
You're
Well,
always
she's
with
trying to
one
rhyme.
word that you're
She's
trying
trying
to
to
fiddle
rhyme.
with.
No, she's trying to rhyme.
No, I where?
Rebirth Earth.
It's I'm not really saying anything negative about it. Esther was questioning what you meant by that.
I knew I had something. I had a thought that related to being. I guess it's kind of personal. So,
Taking in the rebirth.
Adding in
a new.
things that are personal, expressive things like this is fine. Makes the poem better. Esther was wondering about the wording of it, what it may mean. But
Okay, focus on deals.
I think it is. I do understand what you're saying about that there. So,
It was.
what did you mean by saying a time in eternity to say goodbye?
Bye.
Are you just referring
explained
to
it,
those old ways or something?
Yeah.
World ways.
Okay.
What did I do?
Nothing.
Interesting. Okay, Benji, did you want to comment on as well?
Sure. Well, I always like the format of yours, and they always look very clean and good.
Thanks.
I did really like it. I like how it was, it seemed very poetic with the words that you used and stuff. It did seem a little bit brief, but like maybe that was what you're trying to go for. I see. But yeah. I was gonna ask about that too.
Rebirth.
Yeah.
And the time of returning to the land, but
Okay, I'll just explain the experience, I guess, that I had. That was a
Okay.
rebirth for me.
Is it a wake up
In a
call?
way.
are you guys making fun of my poem?
What?
I
Go ahead.
That's rude.
I don't
Okay, I'm
think so,
sorry.
yo.
No, it's a wake up call. Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah, just have to imagine you exploding. Just like slightly moist. Yeah.
You're making me
Like when Gandalf wakes up. Okay, go ahead.
Alright, you're being very distracting, so
Hey,
It was
Glad
that
Something
is
last.
enough for today.
It was that
Thank you.
experience I had the other day that Emmanuel and Dad mentioned a couple times when we did our meetings. But I just kind of had a spiritual baptism, and it was just a rebirth in a way. So
Okay,
I was just kind of trying to put that in somehow.
I see. You guys probably can see in contrast to Esther's poem, Naomi's is more focused on the new year itself rather than a reflection on.
Yeah, that's what I didn't do. I thought that's what maybe you guys were.
Well, you kind of hinted towards the exiting of a year
Yeah.
in the first part of your poem there, but it is pretty brief. Which is why I wanted, you didn't have to be half and half particularly, but that's why I wanted your poem to be a little bit longer. as I had mentioned initially, because I wanted you guys to kind of combine two themes together into one poem.
Did I do that pretty well, or did I focus on one more side than the other? Because I felt like I contrasted pretty well.
I think you did a lot. A lot of it was more focused on
But it was
the
all about.
exiting of the year, but I don't quite remember.
How about myself?
Huh?
Is that what I mean?
I
really
don't.
just like
I actually don't remember.
wake up call for me.
I don't really understand.
Okay,
what's
don't
up.
make fun of me.
Not making fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Benji had balances out pretty well,
Thank you.
and
I thought I kind of did.
I think Elijah did fine as well in terms of balancing out things. Let's see.
Yeah.
Elijah, did you want to comment on
Oh,
Esther's here?
Esther's? You mean Amy's?
Mm-mm.
Me, I mean. I was on Esther's poem when I was thinking.
Yeah, comment. Put it up.
Well, I guess we already kind of pointed out some junk in it. I mean, not junk, sorry.
Oh my
Some, not junk. Some, a little bit of criticism with like the rebirth. You always seem to have one kind of cattywampus word that doesn't really work in your poems, but you know, it adds character because that's Stanley's poem. And then it is really good though. I wish it was a little longer because this poem kind of seems like it could add a lot more to it. It kind of seems unfinished. Like this could be like the beginning to a poem. I know you shouldn't have procrastinated, but
Poems never seem particularly unfinished to me. That would only be if like
Yeah.
you're reading a story or something.
yeah, that is true though. But it is pretty good. I respect new ways come and old ways die for a lot of reasons, especially because it kind of sounds like Star Wars. But and then it just has a good theme, and your poems always kind of indicate someone talking to themselves and an inner voice, which is a theme that you carry through a lot of your poems, and this one too. I thought it was very good.
Okay. So, good question. When I highlight things and comment on them, I'm pretty sure you guys are pretty much just like going through and check marking everything I do without even giving a second glance to what I'm telling you.
Well,
Well, they're that with some
Because-
things, but
Yeah,
if you
like
had,
I tried to tell you here, did you mean to say eternity right here? Because you said entity. And I commented that, and then you just resolved the comment and didn't fix it.
well,
And
I
I
read
just now fixed that for you moments ago. And
I
so,
looked through the
What I,
highlights.
all I'm trying to say is that when I highlight something, if I wanted to just fix it myself, then I could. But I'm highlighting it and suggesting it, not actually fixing it, because I want you guys to look at it, see what you did wrong, and then resolve it. Especially when I comment on something, that means I haven't really fixed it at all, and you guys have to see what you have to do to fix it, not just resolve the comment. So, at least
I
look
did.
deliberately at each
I think I
suggestion.
did mean to say entity.
You did?
Time
What
and
does
entity
entity
to
mean?
say like
Hey, John.
existing.
Doing all right.
A thing with distinct and independent existence.
What
That's
did you?
what an entity
What did you think?
I thought it meant existence.
Entity
So a
is a
time
thing with
in
distinct
exist-
and independent
entity?
A time and existence.
It's not.
Existence
It's not.
being
It's not a
and
synonym.
goodbye in that time.
You do not. It's not a synonym in which you can replace the word
Okay.
existence with.
So eternity works better.
I mean, that's actually one of my favorite phrases in the poems. If you say eternity, because there's something really almost romantic about it that I like. But
romantic.
I like it.
entity is very strange.
And it.
Maybe I didn't. Maybe I did.
Just saying.
I read the things you highlight, but the things you just like fix, I just check.
I know, but I want you guys to look at it and see what you did wrong, or else you'll never learn. So,
Ahem.
Should we like FaceTime Kayla and?
I don't think so. Actually, hold on a minute.
What did she do? She's saying something
Did
about.
she even send you her phone?
Yeah, I got it, bro. Yeah, she was saying she wanted to do it next week, so. What did Naomi assign us? What?
Nice. God,
We can change it because people didn't really seem like they liked it.
No,
No.
I actually have a really good poem I can do about the nice guy.
Good.
It would just
I
be
liked
personal.
the idea.
No, I can do one.
Yeah, whatever.
I
I
like
like
that.
Night Sky.
Actually,
I have a lot of memories with the nice guy and experiences with the nice guy. So
I'll get good one.
Yeah. Wait, I didn't say it was bad.
I remember I had a
Except for,
really
like something that was similar.
one of my most memorable experience with the night sky is actually when those Russian kids were at.
oh yeah, man, that was awesome.
That was
I
really
like
You guys weren't you guys weren't there though. I went outside after we had played basketball and
Oh,
Dor and what's the girl's name? Sophia?
Say
Yeah, Dora and Sonia were just playing basketball there, and then I just kind of laid on the basketball court. Because that's where I do. That's where I go to look at stars. And they just watched it with me.
That one night.
That was fun.
It was fun too. That was a really
Wait,
good
was it
memory.
just you or was I there
Beginning
too?
of last year.
It was just me
Yeah.
out there.
Oh.
That was good.
But yeah.
Alright.
And that other kid that came the first
Simon.
time?
Huh?
The tall kid.
What's his
Oh.
name? What is his name?
Yeah.
John?
William.
William. That kid was
The
the
thing,
best.
the satellite, I couldn't see it.
Oh my
He actually
gosh, you can never
talked, I'm
spot
like,
him,
I know.
man. Dude, like,
Anyways, I guess we'll have a shorter session today because,
It's Kayla.
Yeah, can I get some?
yeah, we weren't able to read all the poetry today, and
I'm glad we're doing
Yeah.
another poem.
all right, that'll wrap it up.